Hey guys that are watching live, we're gonna get started here in just a second, all right? So I'm gonna turn off sound and video real quick.
She looked familiar, like from one of the books or something.
Hey you guys, Kelly here. We're gonna get started like really quick, I promise. Just waiting for a couple more people here. And just listen to some music and like our chatter here. Right guys? Anyways, we're excited to see y'all here online too. I think that's Ashley.
Yes, I just got a picture of her and she sat directly on the plane. It's great. I was.
We need to go get our whiteboard.
Hey, Ashley.
Won't do you any good. Did you think it Why don't you tell them the truth?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear this one out.
Right? And get t-shirts that were.
We're getting started soon, I promise. If you're jumping on, just chill.
There's a Girl Scout and then there's some jars and some muff water.
We pretty much downed the Samoas. By we, I mean I pretty much downed the Samoas.
I love this.
What, the little diffuser? We just got it today.
Caramel
In the mail.
Delights is what they originally are called.
Those are the tag-alongs.
The tag-alongs now, yeah. Caramel Delights.
Okay, that was
It
fun.
used to be the peanut butter patties when I was a Girl Scout.
All right, this is. We're gonna sing something.
Brings back memories.
Bounce, bounce,
And
bounce.
shortbread cookies are
now just what? I guess some shortbread cookies or the nature of it. I'm not sure.
They changed like all
Broken down now.
Best song.
Except for this.
So living life.
Hey guys that are watching, what up?
You can find out.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to see us. I'm gonna stand up. I'm currently bouncing on a yoga ball with the baby. See? Excuse
We gonna walk it out.
I can message you the link and then you can post it, or you could just share it off my wall. I don't need it public. So yeah, the YouTube link. Ooh, this kid's making me hot.
And I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up. I like the waves. I rise up. In spite of the age, I rise up. And I do it 1,000 times again.
On the way in the middle of the night, in the dark, I was listening to a song like rolling my eyes out. Yeah. Thinking about
Silence is it.
I just turned on the sound. Don't worry about it. You know what's great is everyone thinks this stuff. This is Oliver. He's 2 months.
Just pulled it off of our page.
Yeah, that's like a Facebook event. If she's watching live, send her the YouTube link.
Okay. That's on her major Facebook page.
Yeah, you can just share it. It'll just share that YouTube link. Hey guys, again. Promise we're starting soon. Ooh. This song's legit. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. So, hey, what's up? I love her. This is great. I'm taking a photo. You're all like.
Your best friend Kellie.
Not anymore, unfortunately.
And for that we have it.
Everyone like you performing once or twice. I'd be like,
We will rise. We will rise. We will rise.
you like pop their hair and then they're like, and then you're gonna drop. I'm like,
We'll rise.
Pretty sure I'll figure it out.
I'll rise up. Rise like the day, I'll rise up.
Can you smell this?
In spite
It's
of the
Boom.
day,
It's our essential oil
I
Boom.
will rise.
Is that the one
I stuck it. I like was putting it on my wrist at the party earlier today, and then Carrie's sitting next to me and it's like dripping. And I was like, it's great.
And we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Yeah. Is your girl coming?
No, I haven't time calling her today, but like I said, I've been calling her after like
Oh, good.
she didn't answer. But I got people that are watching.
Cool. Well, hey everyone that's watching. As soon as my husband comes back out here, we're gonna start. What's going on if I stand here? Oh, that's not gonna work out. Is that gonna work out? Oh, that's a very interesting angle. Apologies, everyone. Okay, yeah, great. That one will work. Like sticking it that far back? Yeah, kind of works. Kind of works.
Who else? Do you know? Okay.
Hey, babe, how close are you, do you think? We'll start.
Where's Krista?
It's her dad's birthday, so she's up in Denver. Yeah, Krista sent her love to everyone. It's her dad's birthday. Happy pen.
Yeah, pretty good.
Happy pen. Happy pen.
Boom. Ooh, I even brought my official book, but I'm almost gonna have to get a new book for her.
Yeah? I'm kind of one of those notebook people. All right, maybe.
First book.
You ready? Maybe we'll stick them in this and we can just watch.
Remember, guys?
Oh, I still have it.
It's almost full.
Nice.
Great note.
Okay, well, those of you watching, let me make this bigger so I know what's going on. So I'm gonna like talk to both. It's gonna be kind of great. Those of you watching, hey, we're gonna get started. We've got some people here, and everyone is gonna be participating. It's gonna be fantastic. And my husband's coming. So I'm just gonna start.
Sounds like he's making snacks.
Oh, I was thinking about like popping some popcorn.
I love popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn. We like popcorn here. Okay, so, hey everybody, I'm Kelly Frederick, Diamond Leader with It Works Global. My husband will be popping in here. His name is Terrell, or whatever you want to call him. It's usually how I introduce him. Terrell, or T, whatever you remember the best. We've been with the company for 3 years, just actually last week, and we're excited about the people we meet, the stuff we learn, and how it's changed our lives. So we're going to kind of talk about some of these things and tips and all that good stuff. Look, isn't he cute? I think so. And then that was our baby, Oliver. He's 2 months. And then our daughter, she's watching a movie in our room. Her name's Lexi. She just turned 6. And then her service dog's in there with her. Her name's Rosie. So it's kind of fun. That's our family. And you'll hear a little bit more about us when we talk about you guys. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Thank you, those of you that are watching. I know that it's, taking time out of your day to either come or watch. It's hard sometimes because life happens, right? So I appreciate you guys for being here. We are going to actually start with executive leader Serena Todd. She's going to do a little personal development for us. So those of you watching online, we're going to do some interacting things too. So feel free to participate. And Serena, go for it, girlfriend. You got this. Woo! Woo!
It's kind of weird.
I know, it's like you're talking to the screen and to people.
Hi, I'm Serena Todd, and I live here in Colorado Springs. Kelly's my upline. Love her, amazing. But I'm doing a little like visualization kind of thing tonight because I'm all about personal training or personal growth, personal training too.
Get it, girl.
Work on that fitness, but personal growth. And so we're gonna do something that I'm gonna have everybody grab a piece of paper and a pen.
If you need paper.
If you need paper, we got paper and pens and stuff.
Do you need paper? Do you need something to write on?
probably good.
Are you sure? We have Candyland box and surprise slide box that you can write on if you need something. Oh, you're feeding baby. I'm gonna find pen.
Okay, and this is gonna be really quick and easy, nothing too extensive, but I'm a real believer in the law of attraction and The Secret. Like, if you have any of you watched The Secret, law of attraction, any of you have, love it. I know you guys have. And it's all about like what you think about is what you bring about, and so if you're thinking negatively, you're gonna start bringing more negative into your life. If you're positive, you're gonna bring more positive into your life. So, and kind of what goes along with that is visualization. Like, if you want to go and buy a new car, then in The Secret, the example is close your eyes and imagine yourself like putting your hands on the wheel of this new car and driving it, like shifting it, whatever you need to do, to visualize you in this car and already having the car. Even though you don't, you're visualizing that you're having it. So what we're going to do is I want everybody to write down one big goal that you have for It Works for the next month. Just one goal. Like, what do you want to accomplish with It Works for the next month? And that, for you, that could be what's your goals as a loyal customer? Like, what are your fitness goals? Just one goal with that. And I'll give you a second to write that down. And you too. I challenge you. You out there watching. Get a piece of paper. Write it down. Write down your goal. Okay, and then when you're done with that, write down one goal that you have, just like a life goal for the next month.
This is like a car. I'm used to sitting with my like,
And life goal could be anything, like anything outside of It Works. So. Okay, and then just let me know when you guys are all ready. I know, it's kind of... Sorry, just dancing and waiting for everybody to get done with writing their goals. Okay.
I love you. She's out there giggling like.
I was like, we can hear music background. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our first goal for It Works. And what I want everybody to do is think about that goal, and you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to imagine yourself when you have accomplished that goal. Like, that moment that you have accomplished that goal, what do you feel like? Like, you need to think really deep of, like, what is that going to feel like in achieving that goal? Where might you be when you find out that you achieved that goal, or that you're experiencing what it is to achieve that goal? So close your eyes and take just a few minutes to really, like, try to deep down feel that feeling of achieving that goal and how good it feels. All right. You guys feel good? You feel good about that? Feel good about achieving that goal? Okay. Yes! You're crying. See? Like, that right there. That is true feeling of knowing that it's going to happen. That right there. You're putting it out there. You're intending for that goal to happen. You're feeling that feeling. So it goes back to the law of attraction. Like, you're putting that out there into the universe, that you're accomplishing that goal, and you feel that, it's gonna bring it to you even more and how you want it to come to you. So that's awesome. I'm so happy that you're crying. I love that. I love that.
I'm a cry.
Yes. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta like let it out.
My husband's like,
It's okay. Okay, so then we're gonna go to your life goal. And then I want you to do the same thing as what we did with the It Works goal. Close your eyes and imagine yourself accomplishing that life goal. All right. Awesome. How you all feeling? Feeling good? Okay. Well, that was my little visualization exercise. Just want to do something quick. This is something that I do like every morning is I visualize what I want to accomplish for the day or in the next few days, next weeks or whatnot. So I definitely think that daily affirmations and visualizing yourself accomplishing your goals is very important. And personal growth, especially in this company, is like extremely important because you really start to find yourself and meeting new people and learning so much. It's awesome. It really touches you in a way. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed that and thank you.
Okay, I totally love that. And I'm going to be real with you for a minute. I used to think that visualization is the stupidest thing in the world. I was like, that's so dumb. But the more that you learn and grow and actually understand and do it, it's legit. It absolutely works. And I think, there's men watching and that, there's men here, man here. We as women, we like to beat ourselves up. Am I right?
yes.
Like, I'm like the worst offender, I feel like. And that visualization is putting yourself in a place that you can actually go forth and do. And I encourage you to do it. Like, if maybe you were sitting here going, this is not, no. Like, dig deep. Realize that this is powerful and you're a powerful person because it doesn't matter if you're a part of It Works. It doesn't matter if you're a part of, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you can dig deep within yourself and visualize those things, that is where you're going to be able to work from a place of power no matter what in your life. And so I actually just saw something, so I'll be right back. I love you all.
What did you see? And it's Kelly. You just about anything. It's true, huh?
Well, I can't find it, so I might have my husband go do it. But my downline that went to conference, I gave you guys something. Do you remember what it was? Starfish. I did. I gave you a starfish. Starfish are one of those symbols. I have one here for me that this goes along with the visualization. It's pretty powerful to me, and I used to be like, oh, I wish I had one of those symbols. Like some people really love elephants, or like there's a meme or something. And the starfish, there's a movie. It's like one of those teeny bopper movies called Aquamarine. Anyone?
I've been wanting to see that. Is it
okay? Well, it's like this mermaid, and she it's like a Disney movie, and she like gets legs, and she goes and finds her friend, all these teeny bopper like 13-year-old friends, and they help her. Blah blah blah. She's getting ready to go back in the ocean. She gets these little starfish for her friends, and she puts them on their ears, and they say positive things about you. And, you know, they're like kind of giggling, like, oh, so-and-so's such a great friend. You know, like different things like that, and the girls are giggling. But I was like, I want a starfish in my life. So I decided to adopt starfish as my symbol. And I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to give one to you guys that don't have one. I have some. I just don't know where they are. And it just brought, you don't have to do it right now. It made me realize, like, the visualization thing, the affirmations that Serena was talking about, use a starfish if you have to. Help that affirmations, visualizations, because the more that you tell yourself something or visualize something, it's true. You know what I mean? So that actually goes like really well into one of the things we wanted to talk about, if I can organize my life here. And that is about goals. And you hear about goals and y'all know, like, write down your goal and try to achieve it. We're going to talk about why you chose the goal that you did, what happens if you miss it, how to achieve the goals that you have, because a lot of people are all, this is my goal. And you're like, yay, go for it. And then what happens? You don't hit it. You know how many times I've been like, I'm going to weigh, oh, let's be real, I weigh a lot. I'm going to weigh 160 pounds instead of what I weigh now. Like my password used to be like, I will weigh what? Am I there? No. It was a goal without a plan. It was a goal without why I want, like, I made this goal. I'm like, why do I want to be there? Why? What's going to happen to myself if I don't? You know? So it was kind of fun last night. We were talking about just a bunch of things, and we're like beating up each other, like talking, and there's me talking over him because that's kind of what I do, unfortunately. And I was like, so sorry. But it was really fun to feel the energy and feed off of each other's ideas. So that's kind of what I want to do here too. I mean, me and him, we're going to kind of go back and forth and talk like we were talking last night. Jump right in there. You have something to say, do it. Okay? I'd rather not stand up here and talk at you. I'd rather this be, let's feed off of each other's energy. Okay? So I have this paper. I'm a paper person. I probably have too much paper in the house. I don't really care. I love books. You guys can.
When I walked in.
Yeah. I like books. I like paper. I like notebooks. So we're getting papers. So I have goals on here, and we're gonna write down things. Like literally, we're gonna do it. And if you think it's dumb, you have to do it anyways, because that's what we do here. We do things we don't like sometimes. Listed, I have today. What's your goal today? It's 7 or 6:40. Who cares? There's time left in the day. What's your goal for today?
Oh, they're just shouting at
You know what I
me.
mean?
Shoot 20 arrows.
Yeah, do it. I mean, write it down. Daily. What are your daily goals? Do you have daily goals? Self-check. Like, do you wake up like Serena every day and visualize all the stuff she's got to do? That's goals, and she's visualizing it, and she makes it happen. You know what I mean? This week, we're about to start a new month. Into this week. What's your weekly goal? This doesn't have to be at work, you know? I mean, we are at work. Clean house.
Spring cleaning.
Finish the dang laundry. You know what I mean? Like, what's your week goal? Next, what's your month goal? Here at Works, we're all like, push to the end of the month. Like, goal. Get your goals. What is it? You know? And 3 months. What's your goal in 3 months? That's 90 days. What about 6 months? I like to make things a little bit more broken down, because then you can see how far you've gone when you hit those goals. This year, what is your big goal this year? Goals are huge in life, you guys. And we're going to talk about why and how to get there. And then 3 to 5 years. I'm not one for a 3 to 5 year plan, because that's hard for me personally to be like, in 5 years, I'll be however old I'm going to be, because I don't know how to do math, you know, and I don't. Hashtag true story. Sometimes I have to like minus the year I was born, just to remember how old I am. It's kind of that.
True story.
You know?
I don't even do that. I tell my kids for like the last 3 years, Mommy's this old.
I know.
And they're like, but
I thought that you
just
were.
had a,
I know. Like I said,
and I'm like, no, seriously.
I can't handle it.
And then so I lie to them all the time. I'm like,
I know. Life happens.
After
That's
25, I just forgot.
stop.
Didn't
You
care.
just stop keeping track.
Stop counting.
And then you are turning 6, like our daughter, and she's like, "There are 9 days left to my birthday." Countdown is on. You know?
oh, that's my feeling.
At Christmas, she's like, it's
How
almost my
many days
birthday.
until my
And it's in
birthday?
April. I'm like, it's not almost your birthday yet. Hold on. There's like Papa, there's Mommy, there's Finn, there's like all these people. And she's like, it's almost my birthday at Christmas.
I
The day
love
after
it.
Christmas.
I love it. I love it.
Shake's been saying it's almost her birthday for the past week.
It's almost Christmas.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
The day after her birthday.
10 months. Yeah, but here's the thing: like, what goal setting timeline works for you? I just told you 3 to 5 years. I can't even handle the year. I get too overwhelmed with that. Like my husband right now. Let me talk about him. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, smiley boy. He is a cyclist. He is working towards races, and he just met with his coach and picked a date and that for this race, and that is what he's working towards. I mean, he doesn't have races picked out that are in the fall. He has races picked out that are coming up. You know what I mean? So how do you? He's got bronchitis, poor little guy. You are so cute. I love babies. So think about those goals. What are you going to do tonight? What's your goal tomorrow? The week. So as you guys are thinking, shout out stuff that comes to your mind while we talk. So one thing that we talked about is the phrase, it's on the bottom of your paper, the battle is won in the general's tent. And you are the general. What is the battle? A goal. Life. Whatever. You're my daughter laughing at me. When you go to battle, dude, if the general doesn't prepare before you go, are you gonna win? No. Okay, guys, let's get out there. What's the plan? What's the plan to hit your goal? What's the plan to win that battle? Because goals, they're battles. They're goals for a reason because you want to get there, and that's hard sometimes. Okay? We talked about last night, you must do something every single day to reach your goal. Every single day, like without fail. You have a goal at the end of the week. You have 7 days to do something to work towards that goal. And if you are not doing something every day, you're not moving forward, and you have not made a plan in your tent before you've gone out to battle, you're going to move backwards. You're going to lose. That's a fact. Got anything to say, Winnie? He's like, Oliver's looking at everyone like, hey guys, hey guys.
Aww.
You guys have heard this, I'm sure. A goal without a plan is what? It's a wish.
Just things like that.
A goal without a plan.
Right.
A goal that is not written down and visualized and put out there for the universe or whatever, whatever you guys believe in. That's a wish. That's a dream. Dreams are great. If you want your dreams to be a reality, write it down. Sit in that tent of yours and plan exactly what you need to do every single day. You want to talk about the dream board, goal board thing that we were talking about last night?
Sure.
Okay. You want to switch, and come up together.
Okay, so we've talked about having your so we've talked about having a dream board, like your dreams, put them up there so you can see them and work towards them. And going along with the goal setting, we decided, that's a great idea, but there's no plan. It's just these ideas that are out there that you want to accomplish. So what we thought would be a cool idea is to make a goal board that goes right underneath your dream board that is a written out plan of how you're going to accomplish each of the dreams on your dream board. That gives you not only your dreams to look at, but it also gives you the plan. You can see both of them together. Okay, that's what I want. Me, I want a Tacoma. I want it lifted and like totally picked out like men want. Okay, how am I going to get them? And that's like, I don't know, 35 grand maybe more, depending on all that, the add-ons that I want. I do know because I priced it all out.
Planning.
Yes.
Because you're planning for it.
So I know how much it costs, but now I've got to work on what am I going to do today, this week, this month to make that happen. Because if I say, oh, I want my Tacoma by Christmas, it's going to be my Christmas present to myself. And December 1st rolls around and I'm like, sweet, we're still living paycheck to paycheck. Like somewhere there was a disconnect, and obviously it's not going to happen. But I wasted that, 10 months?
A lot of months.
They could have been used.
I can't do that.
And 10 months or 12 months is way more plausible than 1 month, right? So,
I mean,
goal board.
yeah, literally split it up if you have to. He wants a Tacoma. It's $35,000. How much money is he going to have to save each month to make that happen without going into debt? You want to lose 10 pounds? Okay, I want to lose 10 pounds this month. How much weight do I have to lose a week to do it? What do I have to be eating? I want to go Ruby. What do I need to do every day? Every week, I forgot. Every week to do it. I mean, we talk about goal boards. The goal board is the plan. The dream board is the dream. What's a dream without a plan?
A wish.
It's
Just learn it.
you know?
1 point caution.
Yes.
You get it.
Yes. Yeah, go get a cookie. Do it. I have stuff, but I don't know where I put it.
Kelly, I made a mess. I'm so excited. Hold on, let me get the shower.
Oh, no, don't stress about it. We have children.
And it's done.
So, the goal board, I have encouraged, I don't know if I've done it actually here in the Springs, maybe not. I have encouraged my team, we have this big dream board. Like, buy this awesome house, buy a $35,000 tricked out Tacoma. Like, you have those huge ones, but what about the smaller ones? What about those? Don't forget. Like, I have encouraged people to do, and I encourage you to do this, and you to do this, and you to do everyone. Think about a smaller amount of money or a smaller goal. I call them achievable dream boards because your big ones are achievable too. But if you're only going after those big fish, you're going to miss out on all the little bites that you're getting. So take $200. And if you have something that you want to pay off, that's $200 or less. Pick 5 things. Write them down. Check them off. They're smaller. One of my first dream boards, I drew pictures because our printer wasn't working, was buy him a new wedding ring. Done. I did that. That's smaller than buying him a truck. Like, yikes, I bought him a new ring. Check. I want to buy a Bomb In It Works bag because I really like those bags. What is it, like $50, $60?
$60.
Work for it. Check it off. That is smaller than a Tacoma
It was on my dream board.
or a house.
Mine,
It's true. Yours was on your dream board.
mine was on my dream board, and here it is.
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm saying new pair of moccasins for mine.
Check. Just small
They
things.
work. They work.
If you have
I
those
got it back to
achievable
you. It
dreams,
was on
do
my dream
it.
board.
You sat there and Serena sat there and actually watched me. We were just chilling in the room, just chilling on the bed, and she watched me like cross off like
A couple of
5, 6 different things off of my
It's
keyboard.
awesome.
It's awesome. Doesn't it make you feel good though?
Yeah, and they were smaller. They're the smaller things,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they do feel good to mark them off.
Yeah.
So that's why it definitely is very important
Yeah.
to make sure that you're still on ground level, not just. It's great to shoot for the stars, but you still gotta work on.
Yeah,
the,
you do.
the steps to get to the stars.
And there's no reason not to enjoy your progress in getting
Enjoy
there. as
life.
well.
Exactly. Be proud of yourself for what you are crossing off. Because I had a vacuum. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I really need a working vacuum when you're at home and you're cleaning up after everything.
Yeah.
I got a vacuum. Check that off happily,
Yeah.
and I'm still happily enjoying my vacuum months later.
That's right.
I just vacuumed the other day and was like, I'm so glad I put this on my dream board. And I'm seriously dancing around vacuuming.
Yeah.
The little thing.
It is. And you know what? Maybe your achievable dream board doesn't have money associated it. Maybe it's like 2 pounds. I want to lose 2 pounds. 2 pounds. You know how many calories it is? Like a freaking lot. I don't want to count because I don't do math. You just don't, okay? 2 pounds. She's like, look, oh gosh.
I'm like charting.
No, what? I have like, when I chart, I have like 6 calculators on my desktop. I'm like copy paste, so I don't have to remember numbers. You know, flip over that sheet of paper right at the top, achievable goal / dream board. Yeah, that's right. That's right, buddy, huh? That's right. Yeah. I'm huge on writing things down. Have you ever, you guys, you have a to-do list and you end up doing something not on your to-do list and then you go write it down just so you can
I do that. I do too. I'm like, well, I actually did
Yes.
today.
These 5 things.
I've got to cross it out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to actually do the 5 things that were on my list. So I did
Exactly.
5 different ones, but they're here this morning.
Yes. And you know, maybe that we're all wearing It Works gear. We're all wearing the colors. We're all here because we're associated with It Works at some point. It Works can be the vehicle to achieve those things, whether that be fitness, whether that be money, you know, but it's not just about It Works. This is a life thing. When you have the personal development, guys, it's huge. That's what we're going to be talking about mostly tonight. I'm like, what time is it? I don't know. When you have that internal development and growth, then you can go after your business with like none other. Then you can go after your goals like none other. Learning the skills to achieve your goals, planning in your tent. Heck, pick Sunday night. Write it out. If you guys want a really killer way to go after goals, I have them for you. I learned it from someone. I don't think I've ever even really met him, but his name is Satema, and he used to be in the NFL, and now he's a life coach. Okay, he hit rock bottom, built himself up. Okay, and now he's well-to-do, and he's a powerful being. Am I right? Listening to him on the phone, listening to him in person, you're just like, holy, I feel that. I mean, if you want to know how he is taught to go after goals, I'll teach you. I'm not going to get into it tonight, but I'll teach you how to do it. I even have webinars on it already if you want to learn. I'll send you the link. Because life, you need to have goals in all areas of your life, not just the business. If you are an It Works robot, you're not going to go anywhere. If you're like 100% one thing, that's awesome. You can be so good at it, but you're missing out on a lot more. Hey, do we have any thoughts on like goals and whatnot, like that we're talking? Questions, thoughts, little something, something.
I'm actually working on that right now. It's something that I learned in like 6 of my business classes.
Beautiful.
On how to set goals. So give me just a second.
Yeah,
I'll tell you guys.
yeah, for sure. Here's a question. What happens if you miss? What if you don't get your goal?
You don't give up.
Here's a
You
question.
work twice as hard for it.
Do you do that when you miss a goal? We all say, I missed a goal, I'm gonna keep going. Do we do it?
Yeah. I missed my goal of I wanted to be enrolled by Christmas, and I am executive.
Yeah, and you're still working.
Right now, and I'm still working.
I love
But I rewrote my goals back in January, and I went and put January promote to executive, check, and then February promote to Ruby. Super close.
Check. Just say it. Own it.
Put it out there.
Check.
There's some extra
And
in this
then-
one. Got it.
And then March I put promote to Emerald. Check. So
You know what's great about that is she said Emerald by Christmas. She missed it. She went reevaluated and broke it down. And now, check, check, check. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I put my thing, but I love you. Yeah, you tell us, buddy.
What I did too.
can I hold him?
I said I wanted to be.
Yes, if you haven't been sick,
No.
because he has bronchiolitis.
We had the stomach flu last week, but it was like a 24-hour stomach flu.
Okay, so
But I
here's something about goals. Go for it.
sure.
If you get him sick, we're sending him to your house. I'm just kidding.
When you are trying to reach your goals, you need to understand how you react to failure. You need to understand how you work. You know, you have to plan for obstacles. Will there be obstacles in every single goal?
Yes.
100%. Did you want to say something, honey? You had your hand raised.
Oh, I was just emphasizing what she said.
Oh,
First thing she
kind of
said
like a what?
was that she reevaluated.
That's huge. You know? Hi, handsome boy. You are handsome. I'm a lucky woman. You missed your goal. Well, did you plan for the obstacles that were going to come and figure out how you needed to overcome them?
No.
That's how you hit goals. You are already ahead of the game. You need to understand how you tick. For me, I can't have a date. Like, I'm going to go double diamond by this date. I'll miss it. Mine's more of like, how much volume can I get? Serena's holding the baby and she's like freaking out over there.
He just like smiled at me.
He's a smiler. He
Oh
loves.
my goodness. You love your face.
You want to know what? Another baby was on my dream board. And look at, they're 6 years apart.
Oh, you won the dream board.
And that is way longer than I ever thought and I ever wanted.
Yes.
But now, here he is, you know? Be things like that. Like Serena said, you have to evaluate yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to take a look at your goal. Serena said such and such goal. She missed it. Maybe it wasn't broken down enough for her personally. So she broke it down. You know, understand how you work and goals. How he goes about goals, far different than me. How you do, your goals are all far different than everyone else's. That's what makes goals awesome. Do you want to say anything? Any? Okay. So what do we got taken in our brains? You there, you can message me on the line as soon as I find my phone. You can message me. He says to me today, I'm going to find a tether and attach your phone to you so you stop losing it.
Need that for my keys, my phone, and
Oh, so funny. All right, let's see what we have, like. Funny thing. I have great messages right now. Anyways, so goals. Are you going to commit to these goals that you visualized with Serena? Commitment equals planning. It does. Honey, tell that to her. You say, I'm going to commit to do this. Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to plan? Are you willing to stay ahead of the game and find your obstacles and know the second that they come, how you're going to overcome them? Are you going to be able to do it? I know he's like, I want to be really fast on my bike, and then I bring home like burgers and stuff. Whoops, sorry, honey. You know, like, how's he going to overcome that? Take Fat Fighters, of course, right?
I do.
He does. We did that tonight. You know, just even little things like that. How do you respond to trial? When you understand yourself, you're going to be able to overcome the obstacles, be vulnerable enough to yourself to hit your goals, even when you miss them. So we have anything? You have anything?
done. Got it.
Get up here.
Okay, get up there. Okay. All right. This is really cool. Okay, anyway, hi everybody, I'm Ashley, and I was working on SMART goals, something that I learned in college. So SMART is an anagram, and it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Don't forget how to spell SMART when you're doing it. And so this just gives you a step-by-step way to set your goals, to bring them all the way around. It's kind of the same thing that you were talking about, but it's like, you know, it's something cool that I learned, so I decided to share it with you guys. So when you're specific, you answer the 6 W's: who, what, when, where, why, how. That's not a W, but it's in there.
It's W and how, so it counts.
Yes, thank you. Measurable. It's got to be like concrete criteria and a way for you to measure your progress step by step. It's like you put your goal out there and walk towards it every day. Attainable. It's got to be something important to you. Otherwise, you're just going to be like, I set a goal, like we were talking earlier. Right? I got a goal. It's shiny and wonderful, and then you're just like, that's it. So it's got to be important to you, and if anything, expand to your goal. If it's too far stretched, you're not going to be able to reach it. So make sure it's something that you can, again, walk towards. And when it's realistic, you have to be willing and able to walk towards that goal. If it's like, you know, your Toyota Tacoma, that's not one of my goals. I can't get a $35,000 vehicle anytime soon, but you can. I know you can, because it's truly something that you're reaching for. So go for it. But make your steps small, each one, like you were talking about. You got your monthly thing set up, walk towards it every day. And then timely, again, time frame gives you a sense of urgency. So that way you know what you're working towards. And last, like Kelly was saying, make sure you've got, you know, what if I don't reach that goal? Expand. Go and continue to walk towards it, and make sure that you flex with your goal. So that way you don't fall down and give up. You just keep walking towards it. So that's my SMART goal for you guys. Thanks, guys. Woohoo!
Love it.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm all.
All right. Have goals. So what happens when you reach your goal? Go out and celebrate. Do something exciting. I heard a funny quote the other day, actually said, "Don't reward yourself with food because you're not a dog."
Oh, right.
But we all do that. But I thought it was really funny, so I just want to share that.
You go out to eat.
I know. You accomplish something, you're like, sweet. I just ran 5 miles. I am eating the donut. And I don't even care. How many of you said that? I'm doing this and I don't care. Yes.
Yep.
If that works for you, great. You need to reward yourself for your accomplishments. What we don't want to do, though, is get up on our high horse and start strutting around, you know, like old peacocks floating on feathers or whatever. Like, I'm better than anyone else because I reached my goal. I made this much money. I signed these many people. Or whatever it is. I mean, we probably all know people like that. What's your opinion of people that act like that?
Kind of grumpy.
Exactly. Do you want to spend time around them? Is that someone that you want to emulate in your life? Not really. Okay? Success is awesome. And the people that we know that are successful, that are humble about it, we are so drawn to them. I mean, they're, I don't know if you guys know Shelby Bowman. She's way up there, okay? I think she's one of the top earners, or was. Anyway, if you meet her and her family, you will never know that. Never. Because that's not the kind of attitude that they have.
I'm not posting on her wall.
They're very humble about their success, and they help people, and I mean, they're normal people. I talked about this earlier, like these people that we idolize, but they're just normal, just like us. So we want to be like that. The next step of that, staying humble with your success, is to stay hungry. Even though you're reaching your goals, all that means is you've got more goals now. Because your big dream board, there's a lot of steps between where you are now and those big dreams. So when you reach goals, you move on to the next one. You create a new plan and you start pursuing that goal. When you reach that goal, then you need to set a new goal and make a new plan. Don't ever stop.
Sorry, let me take a picture.
Sure, if you want to.
This is awkward. I feel like I'm famous or something.
You are, man.
I need to pose.
I have a good angle.
Get away. Let's do another one.
Pose, 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 go, get it.
Took you out the spot. Don't like
Right.
blush or anything. It's not a big deal.
That's why I grew this. You can't tell anymore. Totally lost my train of
You're
thought.
talking about staying hungry, humble and hungry.
So Kelly mentioned at the beginning, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So you may have your sights set at the very top, but guess what happens when people reach the highest level? Guess what they did? They made a new level. And when people reach that level, they made a new level. And the same thing will continue to happen as long as people are progressing. Because that is the goal of life, to continue to better ourselves, always be improving yourself, working on yourself, helping people around you. There's always people that are looking for help, to learn. Never stop learning. So that's what I had to say about that.
Cool.
Ready to go.
Here's something I posted about this in our team group, you guys. What if someone reaches their goal and you don't? You see their success all over Facebook, it gets under your skin. We're only human. My advice to you, if you have to, unfollow them. If it's gonna get under your skin and you're seeing and you know that about you, and you're like, oh, they're so successful, why couldn't I have done that? Congratulate them, absolutely. Shout them out. But if you need to, do it. They're not going to be offended. And if they are, that's stupid. They're offended by it. You know? I see it. I'm going into my 4th year of the business. I see it every single year at this time. You know why? Because the bonuses are out. We don't want those. You might miss, you know how many times I missed the diamond bonus, you guys? You don't want to know how many times I've missed the diamond bonus. That really got to me. But you know what? The time was right when I got it. And now there's more goals to achieve. There's more people to help achieve their goals too, you know? So maybe you missed the bonus. Who cares? The bonus is not everything in your check. It's a small part, you know? Maybe you see someone, you're both working out, you're both looking fine, and then something, their body just takes off and they look like a freaking supermodel. You're like, I hate myself right now. That's okay. What's your chapter right now? Chapter 2? What's their chapter? Maybe it's chapter 20. You don't read chapter 20 before you read chapter 2. You don't compare your chapter to their chapter. Each person has their own journey. Yeah, tell them, Augie. You have your own journey. You do. I know, me too. It's like you just want to be like, oh.
Yes.
Oh, I do it all
He
day.
was giggling, he was laughing, and all sorts of smiles over here.
Yeah.
So happy.
You know, the great thing is about success, especially in this business, you guys, there's no cap to success. There's none. Like you were saying, they made a freaking another level because everyone was achieving it, and now you can do it twice if you want. You know what? There's no cap to success. And you know something? The fact of the matter is, you're here at your place in your life. You have not given up, even when other people are more successful. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You've not given up. You're still here. People are always going to be more successful than you. What's your definition of success? Yeah, that's what. That's right. You tell them. You tell them. You know, like my definition of success is not the same as my husband's definition of success. They may be similar. You know what? Maybe someone underneath you passes you up in the company. It happens. Who cares? If you need to, let that fuel you. Don't let that jealousy creep in, because you know what jealousy does? It eats dreams. I wrote down, should I don't? I was like, being all stupid. I was like, we like the color green. But don't turn into a green envy monster, because it's going to eat your dreams. If you're jealous of someone's success, you're not going to be able to be successful as successful as you deserve, you know? So, like I said, I see it every year at this time, especially over the next couple months. But go get it, you guys. Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what someone else is doing. Be you. Oh, you want to talk about selfish and selfless at the same time? Okay, great.
All right. So I don't remember how we led into this
Like I said,
conversation.
we were like
I know it was
last
like
night.
2 hours of conversation in 45 minutes. It was pretty awesome. We were just it was good. So we came up with this idea of being selfish is kind of a characteristic that's looked down upon. But in this business, that can be really valuable. I want to achieve this. I want to promote. I want to get the bonuses. How do you do that? You by yourself will never, it will take you a very long time to reach the top if you think that you're going to do it by yourself. So how do you be successful? Teamwork. Who said that? Excellent.
Loud
Thank you.
crap, girl.
Yeah, own it. Teamwork.
I was using just positivity.
Yeah.
You have to see it and be positive in order for you to help anybody else with the team.
Exactly. The way that It Works has structured their business model is kind of a paradox, because the more selfish you are about achieving your goals, the more you have to be selfless and help other people achieve theirs. So being selfish and saying, I'm going to promote, I'm going to build my team, I'm going to do this, that's great. Because to do that, you have to help other people reach their goals first. And everyone wins. And that we love that. Win-win, that's great.
Even
So
not at works wise.
It's okay to feel selfish in pursuing your goals. There's nothing wrong with that. Because to do it the right way, you have to help other people to accomplish their goals too.
Like even not at works, if you're not selfish about going after your goals, you're not gonna get there. If you're not determined yourself to do it, you won't get there. You know what I mean? So the wonderful thing about It Works or about life is you can be selfish in your dreams and selfless at the same time. That's a kind of interesting thing we talked about. We're like, oh, that is really interesting, because you need to have both in your life. Selfish doesn't have to be bad in this sense. Selfish and determination can kind of be exchanged in this regard. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next?
You guys have anything? Anyone?
Yeah, if you had something to add, please do that. What were? Did you
Go
have
ahead.
something?
I was just, the ball.
So I thought of a quote when we were talking earlier about just a second ago about. I don't remember.
I don't know what you were talking about just now, so. What are you on?
I don't know. I was waiting for you. I don't remember. But the quote that came to mind was, be so focused on your own grass that you don't notice that anyone else is greener.
Yes, I just did that just the other day. I just saw
I
that.
think that's a really good quote.
Yeah, it
'Cause-
says you have to water your own grass. It's something anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the concept. Like, there will always be people more successful than you. That's just the world we live in. People are at different levels. People have different skills, different opportunities. You have no control over that. But what you can do is focus on what you can control and work towards the goals that you have. And your accomplishments, they're for you. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. I mean, that's great. Celebrate their success too, but don't get caught up in their success. Focus on yours.
So, we could talk about goals forever because it's key in life. And we just talked about how you have to have that in here and the fire in your belly, right? To be successful and to go after your goals. Yeah, I saw, yeah, that's what I saw. It was you that posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got from Carrie's last name. So I followed anyway.
Yeah. one thing in this business or in life is, let me back up. Have you ever been afraid to talk about yourself to somebody because you don't want to come across as, you know what I mean?
No, I talk about myself a lot.
Some
And then
people,
I'm like,
it doesn't bother them.
God.
It doesn't
Oh,
bother them, you know? And that's cool. Don't be afraid to share you. How many times have y'all heard me say, people fall, Serena's like, Kelly, I know what you're saying. People fall in love with you. They don't fall in love with the business. They don't fall in love with the products. What's first? They fall in love with you. They do. So, if you're one of those people, yeah, girl.
Sometimes you have to make people fall in love with you all over again because you're standing in the middle of something new and you're like, oh my gosh, you totally like you love me already, or are we good friends? And you start to talk to them about it and they're like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Like doing something else in your life, like that's cool. And you're so excited about it, but you gotta remember, like, I'm not a robot. Like,
Right.
you have other things about you. So you're like, oh, well, what else do I like? Like, I find myself doing that. Like, what else do I like? And then that's kind of why I shut off my social media and refound myself over the last 2 days. And picked up archery. Sorry.
That's so great. That's so great.
Our trees are really cool.
Right?
Have some construction project. We're gonna do an activity. We can bust out the crayons. You know what I'm doing, right? Our daughter, Lexi, loves to talk about herself. She's in kindergarten. Do you remember when you were in kindergarten? Someone says something. They're like, I got such and such for Christmas. I got this for Christmas and this and this and this. You just immediately, when you're in kindergarten, you jump in there and you tell everyone about your life. You just do it because you're cool. We're going to be in kindergarten. Okay? We have construction paper. Fold it the hot dog way. Did you guys do that in school? Did they say hot dog?
Hamburger.
And now fold it hamburger. We are going to learn how to talk about ourselves using 4 pieces. In this business, you don't have to be outgoing. You don't have to be like someone else. You have to be you. All right, unfold it. We now have 4 squares. When you are talking about yourself in regard to the business, for example, how do you do that? I will talk forever if you let me. Actually, I do too. When someone says, "What's your story?" I'm like, "Whoa, geez, like." Let me tell you something though. Maybe you feel like your story is not inspiring. Have you ever thought that? I have. I'm like, dude, I'm not that cool. No one wants to hear from me. Have you ever thought that? I'm sure you have. Or maybe you see someone else's story. And you're like, oh my gosh, they had this awful thing happen to them, and now look at them. They're so inspiring. I don't have any tragedy. Who cares? Your story will inspire someone. It absolutely will. Do not let someone else's story get under your skin. Because that's their story, not yours. Be in kindergarten. Own your story. Are you ready for this? Do we want crayons?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, well, here's our crayon bin box. They're dumped. Do you want to talk about Eric's part?
I'm getting crayons. You guys better watch out.
You have 4 sections. There are 4 parts to how you tell your story. To keep it interesting. To keep it so you don't talk forever like me. To keep it inspiring your way. So, honey, you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So there's this book called GoPro. If you haven't read it, you have to.
You have to.
What's that?
You must.
Is it GoPro?
Yeah.
Yes.
I listened
By
to
Eric
it on
Worre.
tape.
It's so good.
Have to Have to. It will change your perspective. It will motivate you. It will teach you everything you need to know.
It's the first book I listened to when I joined the business.
Yes. Kelly gave this to me. I've listened to the Audible 6 times in 2 months. I listen to it everywhere I go. It is amazing. Okay? Have to. You people watching, have to. Yes.
You can get Audible for free for a month and listen to it over and over again for a
Yes.
month. Like, I have it right now.
We were talking about
Download
notes.
the app.
I know that like the book so well. When we were talking about stuff, I'm like, oh, in this chapter he talks about this. Oh, in this chapter he talks about this.
It's legit.
It's awesome. So at the beginning he talks about, presenting yourself, my story. He says there's 4 main parts to your story. Your background is number 1. So first square on your paper. You people watching, you better be doing this too. Draw a picture that represents your background. Keep it simple.
Yeah, we're in kindergarten, man. We want to tell everyone about ourselves. Do you need something to write on? You want to grab that?
No, I'm just thinking how far back is my background.
Okay, take your background and think of something that is significant or defines you from your background. Okay, because, however old we are is how many years of background we have. So take a defining moment. Take something that has been, for example, maybe your struggle, personal. Like my background, I would say, after our daughter was born and she had her stroke, my 100% self poured into her, as we do as moms. We do that with our kids. I totally lost myself. I had no hobbies anymore. I rarely left the house. He was gone all the time working. So when I talk about my story, how I got started with the company, I say that. That's my background. I don't drink, but I drink Dr. Pepper, and I got a Dr. Pepper belly. My thyroid does not function. That is my background. That is what kind of defines me, my kids, and my personal self. So yeah. Yeah. So when he talks about background, that's what he's referring to. Because we have however many years of background. You don't need to be like, I was born in Layton, Utah. And then from there I moved here. And then I lived in Iowa for 18 years. That's nice. Wow. That's great. You're like, and I got no. What defines you in your background? Draw a picture. Right
See
here.
who you are.
You want to grab a picture too? And while you're drawing that, he's going to talk about that second part. So you know what is in the next box. Okay.
Okay, so you think about what your background is. In the second box, you just start thinking about what you don't like about your background. So maybe that helps kind of define the first part of it.
Right.
Do they have to be the same, or is it any part of your background?
Any part. Cool.
That you want in your story.
So if someone said, tell me about yourself in 30 seconds. This is what we're talking about.
And then the second part was what you didn't like.
Yeah.
Frowny
So
face.
the second square is what don't you like about your background? What didn't you like about your background?
Are you all at home doing this that are watching? Folded hot dog and then hamburger. You now have 4 parts.
Okay. You ready to move on to step 3?
Do, and then they'll know what to do.
Okay. Step 3 is how this opportunity has changed your life.
The products, how the opportunity, how the money, how the people has changed. You know what's cool about stories is you will hear stories of people from every walk of life you can think of. And your story can be related to someone else. Someone will hear your story and go, oh my gosh, I know what she's talking about. You know? And then you tell them how the opportunity has gone about, and they all of a sudden they go, well, wow, if that changed what she was going through and has made her life better, why can't it do that for me?
Okay, and then the fourth box is
what you're looking forward to, maybe.
Yeah. So what? I'm gonna total like mind blank right now. Box 4 is what your current results are, your current situation, or what you expect your future situation to be. So box 1, your background. 2, what you didn't like about your background. 3, how this opportunity has changed your life. And 4, your current situation or how you expect it to be in the future. We don't want this to be like, hey, we're doing this cool activity and you learn your story and then it gets filed away in a pile of papers. Like, remember what this story that you're talking about right now and refine it. As you talk to people, you have this, like, this is my story, my prepared story, got it in my pocket. You'll start using it all the time. You'll might change the background that you talk about based on who you're talking to and how that relates to them. But you'll start using this all the time. And people will become interested in you because of your story. They can see, oh, well, they went through the same experience that I did, and this opportunity did this for them. That's what I need. That's what I want to happen to me too. Does that make sense?
So now that we're in kindergarten, we're now going to talk about ourselves to each other. Okay?
You look better on camera than me.
No, not true. He does want to check in out. I'm adorable, but I'm hiding. Oh, did you see mine? He's like rockstar dad. He's great. So, for example, this is going to be like me just saying, because I remember when I went to Miss Serena's thing and she's like, tell us about yourself. I was like, oh, it has been a long time since I have told my story. Okay, so I will show you by pointing to our boxes. I mean, you did you, and then we're going to talk to each other. We're going to partner up and do it, okay? My name is Kelly. Hello. I told you the beginning of what defines me, right? We got married. We had a daughter right away. Found out she had a stroke. Poured myself into her. He's working, schooling, 2 full-time jobs, full-time school. I'm at home. I can't go to school anymore because I'm taking her to 500 appointments. We're trying to get her the best care possible, right? Lost myself totally. No hobby anymore. Like, nothing. I'm just Lexi's mom, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But who was I other than that? My body was not what I wanted it to be. My brain was not my mental health was not where I wanted it to be. I found the products. I was like, oh, that's gonna help me. So I ended up receiving free product. Tried it. Joined the business 2 weeks later because I saw what it was doing for. You've heard me say this today, I think. I saw what it was doing for me, and I wanted other people to experience that. I've been in for 3 years. What has it done? Like, here's our boxes, right? What does our life look like now? Well, I see him a heck of a lot more. Our relationship is 10 times better. Our finances are 10 times better. We have another child. We've been able to get Lexi the stuff she needs. She's an expensive child, you know? We've been able to do things like that. Product-wise, I'm a big girl, but I always used to be much bigger. Health-wise, you know, the support that came from that. Now I'm more vibrant. I was able to get off tons of depression medicine. Gone, you know, things like that. So what am I looking forward to in the future? What is this company going to do? You know, we talked about that. We are looking forward to being a full-time family in the very near future. Being able to let our children have their dreams be fulfilled and teach our children that it's okay to dream and have goals, and help other people do it. The same thing that we're doing. So that was kind of like a hodgepodge together about us. And you know what? It may sound different every time I tell it. Don't be afraid to practice your story. Okay? So now we're going to show everyone our pictures like show and tell. Tell us about yourself. You don't have to go in front of the camera. We can, you know, just do it in little groups. Yeah? You there, go get your dog. Practice to your dog. Or your husband. Is that me? That's me.
That's you.
Oh, get it.
One of my girls is like, hey.
Hey, what are you doing? So, talk amongst yourselves. Do we want a little music?
Is that part of your story?
Should
It's part of his story. All right. So, who would like to be brave and share their story with us?
We'll go.
Go for it, Kim. You want to come up here or you want to sit down there? Okay.
Okay, so I haven't really even shared my story with my husband. Okay, so I was married previously. I have 2 kids, and my marriage ended very suddenly. And I was left with all of the financials, and he just walked away scot-free, pretty much. I had 2 kids. I worked full-time, and it was very scary for me. And so when I found my husband, he was amazing. We decided to have, well, okay, I'll go back. I ended up having to sell lots of stuff. I had the repo man at the door trying to get my bike, because my husband and I lived this lavish life. We lived outside of our means, my previous. And that's what I was used to. We wanted to keep up with the Joneses. And when he left, he literally walked away, and I had everything was fell back on me. And so going from that to not having anything, worrying about keeping my house for my kids, knowing that I wasn't getting any child support or anything like that, it was just really hard. And so when I did meet my amazing husband now, we decided to have another child. And I had a really hard time leaving my job where I was financially stable, knowing that something like that could happen again. I thought when I was married previously, everything was great. I never, ever want my kids to have to go through that again. And so when I joined the company, I didn't try the products. All I saw was the bonuses. And I was at home with a new baby. And the things in our relationship weren't really good at the time. We had a lot of stresses when the baby came and stuff. And I wanted something for me to know that if something happened, I was good to go. I wasn't going to put myself in that same situation. I was debt free. Now I've learned. And when I started, we struggled with finances, and I wanted to give my kids the extra. I wanted to put my daughter in dance. I wanted my son to play football and soccer and things that, because I still don't receive the child support for them. I wanted to contribute because those weren't his kids. He's taken them on like they are, but they're not. So I wanted to be able to contribute. So that's why I enjoy the business. And I know that this is my life's plan. And I'm going to be going places. And I won't have to worry about that if down the road anything happens. Again, my kids and I are taking care of.
You know what's beautiful about stories is they're so vastly unique and beautiful. Me and her story, not the same thing, but very personal and beautiful to our own selves. I know, you know, and you know what? Your story is different than both of ours. Your story is different than ours. Yours. Does anyone else want to go after it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So before I joined It Works, because I've been a stay-at-home mom now for like the past 2 years, and before that I had worked at Walmart for like 6.5 years of my life, and that was like my life, 40 hours a week. Like, I was a supervisor, I worked my butt off for that company, and they never really gave much recognition. At the end, I'd gotten really sick, and nobody even tried to hit me up. All these people that I thought were my friends, like, never even messaged me, or like, hey, how are you? Where have you been? I was out of work for like a month and a half, and nobody really messaged me. And it was kind of like, it was just a really bad time. So I became a stay-at-home mom, and after working for so long, and then you come home with your kids, you don't really know who you are. Like, you answer to somebody for so long to slave away at this job, and then you come home, and then it's kids and family, and you know, staying at home definitely comes with a price. Like, you can't, financially, with one income, it's a lot harder. So then we started facing the whole bill stacking up, and it's like we just kept having really bad luck. Car breaking down, this happening, that happening, and it just one thing from another. And I was looking into like direct sale companies for a while, for months, and didn't really like what I was seeing. I've said this before, like, you know, makeup, I barely wear it. I can't sell makeup. I can't sell makeup to people. Like, if I don't wear it, I'm not into it. You know what I mean? I can't convince people to, hey, look, it's awesome on me. You know, it's awesome. It's just not my thing. And then, I don't know, just a couple other things. Pampered chef, I don't cook. You know what I mean? Like, I cook, but not like that. It's super fancy. And anyways, I've heard of It Works. I'd been to a bridal show and seen it, and around the same time, like, Carrie had met you guys, and then I was able to get a box of wraps at the same time from my mother-in-law before my wedding, and then I wrapped before my wedding and lost 2 dress sizes and had to have my dress taken from a 10 to a 6. Which is nuts, because I tried on a 14, ordered a 10 hoping to fit, and they took it to a 6. So that really convinced me, on top of hearing more about the company from her and starting to follow you guys and research into it, is really what grabbed me. And I mean, we've struggled for so long, and I really wanted to help out with our family. I mean, my husband said to me, you want the car that you want, your Mazda 3 hatchback, well, you better go make some money to be able to pay for at least a monthly car payment. Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm still working on it. But what the company has helped me out with so far is really like finding myself again, personal growth, actually like intending my life to happen, intending for impossible things that I would have ever thought of before to actually be possible. Going on vacations or going and seeing my family, like just putting it out there. And on top of friendships, like I never would have met you. I never, well, I already knew you. But I never would have met you guys, you know. I never would have met Krista or any of the people that I met at conference. And So it's really brought like friends back into my life, and after feeling like when I left Walmart, feeling like all these people that I thought were my friends weren't my friends. They really weren't, because they gave two shits about me, really truly. Excuse my language, but seriously, like to then meet people that care about you, and like a conference. I meet somebody within 5 minutes, I'm crying my eyes out telling her my life story, and she prayed so hard for me with me in those like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I never would have been brought that into my life before it works. And where I hope to see my life, and I know where my life will be going after this, is financial stability, which is something that we've never truly fully had. We've always had debt. We've always had some type of something on our credit. We've, bills stacking up, or cars broken down for months. Like I see us in the future actually being comfortable. Like my husband is slaving so hard for me to be a stay-at-home mom, and I see him being at home and actually being able to live life like he wants to, and not be so exhausted all the time. Come home and take out work on, the rest of his life. Like, being a full-time family and being happy, cohesive, not just feeling like you're stuck in a rock and stuck in a hard place and you can't get anywhere. Because you get into that, where you just feel like whatever you're making monthly is all you're doing. And I love that with this company, you can make so much more and do so much more than ever. Like Walmart would never give me that. Oh, hey, let's give you $1,000 bonus or $2,000 bonus for promoting. Yeah, right. They're more like, hey, you have 4 extra hours of time, overtime. You need to go take like a 2-hour lunch. Yeah, you worked your butt off for it, and then they make you cut your time. Like, you know what I mean? I love that I'm with a company that cares about its people. And I'm sorry I talked a little bit longer.
It's cool. Don't be afraid of who you are, where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going. And I found this right. So I want us to all share stories, but my husband's got some pretty great things on the business side we're going to talk about. All right? And he's going to teach us some great things. And if you need to leave right at 8, go for it. If you don't and you want to stick around, we still got some more. Okay? Put this on somewhere you're going to see it. Okay? Oh, can I say something? It has to do with what you're saying. Maybe you've been in the business, you're like, how the flip do I keep finding people? How do I find people that want to be customers, that want to be distributors? How do I do it? Maybe you're not in the business yet, and you're like, I want to do this, but I don't know anybody. Behold my husband talking to us about what to do and how to do it, and it'd be awesome. Go, babe, go.
Okay, this is how you be awesome. I'm just kidding. Don't touch me about it. Okay. So this is taken almost straight out of that book, GoPro by Eric Worre. Again, highly, highly, highly recommend. I don't recommend, I demand you read it. And little side note here. So Kellie has done It Works for 3 years. I have been around for 3 years. Shortly after she started as a distributor, she signed me up as a spot filler. Once in a while, I talk to people. I think that you and my best friend from Utah are the only people that have ever, take it back, 3 people that I knew, that I talked to in 3 years I've actually ever gotten to or talked to enough to either use the products or to become a distributor. So it wasn't for you. Right? So, I mean, I was there. I let her do her thing, but I was really not involved. I love using the products. I used the products the whole time.
Talk to him about New You. He's going to. He loves New You.
But I never got into the business side. And until recently, when my short story, previous company, 2 companies I worked for, I managed a mud run. I did all the on-site operations management. I planned the race courses, I planned the venues, I delegated who was setting up what obstacles, who ran what obstacles, I coordinated all the shipping. Like, I was the guy. I didn't do the marketing or the customer service, but if it was outside of that, I was involved. Started with this company before their first race, built them up to 20 races a year, 3,000 plus people at every race. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week for this company. They have this other company in Denver step in and say, hey, they're going to take over the operations. That's what they do. Events, I hired them. I was out of a job.
Just like that.
These guys came over to talk to me to figure out how to run the show. We said, hey, hire us on. We'll work for you. I had my own crew, like 10 guys. We went out every week to set up these races. They said, oh yeah, sure, come on. We talked about, with the owner of the company, I talked about moving to Denver to work for them, being a salary employee because of my position at the original company. Fortunately, I didn't get any of that writing and came back to bite me in the butt. Worked for that company out of Denver for, I don't know, a summer, half a summer. We had 1 week notice that they were cutting our race. That was it. I wasn't even working that week. I heard it from my crew that was one of my guys that was at the race setting up that week. Called me on Tuesday, hey, we just got off the plane. They told us this is our last week. Foam Fest is cutting on the cord. That was it. I had 5 days until my job did not exist anymore. Unemployed for 6 months. That sucks. Because we were having a hard time as it was. And ended up moving here for a job. And recently found out that that may not be as sure as we were hoping it would be. I hope it will, and we're working towards that. But I don't know. Company's got to be self-sustaining. Right now it's funded by an investor, which is great until he changes his mind. So that's when I realized, like, holy crap, we're not going to end up in the same situation. So I said, okay, it's time for me to do something. And so I'm getting involved. I watched her do it. Like, I don't know how many hundreds of hours I've seen her talking to people. I have zero clue. Like, I'm starting from square one, just like a brand new distributor. She handed me this book, GoPro by Eric Worre, and I was like, okay, I'll listen to it, whatever.
He doesn't like reading. I mean, he does, but he doesn't read.
She got it on Audible for me because then there was at least a chance that I would listen to it. So I plugged it in on my way to work one day, driving. Haven't stopped listening to it since. It totally changed my perspective. She's very extroverted, easily talks to people, very outgoing. This kind of stuff is easy for her. Just comes naturally. For me, not so much. I may seem outgoing right now, but I don't know, 10 years ago, you would have no idea who I was. I would sit in this room and you'd never hear me say a word. Not one. I'd be here and I'd listen, but I wouldn't talk to anyone. But this book, it teaches you how to do all of it. It teaches you all the skills that you need to know. So I picked this one. Sorry, this is going to be short. And
no, it's cool. Short. Like, if you guys need to leave, like, no, it's cool.
Okay, so I'm pulling from this book because I and my team, my future team, this is going to be our foundation, what he teaches in his book.
So you're his team, too. We're all in this together. We just watched High School Musical.
Okay, anyway, so we're going to talk about finding people. Okay? Eric kind of sets the stage that there are 3 kinds of people involved in network marketing. The first one he calls posers. These are the people that when they think that network marketing is basically like buying a lottery ticket. Okay, I bought into the business. Now I'm going to do as little work as possible, and I'm going to hit it big, and I'm going to retire next week or next month. Okay, you ever had those thoughts? Maybe I did. This is not my first network marketing company. My first network marketing company, I was totally a poser. I dressed not how I normally dress. I talked nothing like I usually do. Everyone that I talked to is probably like, "We know you," and that is not who you are.
That's not your story.
Exactly.
That's not you.
So this part, being a poser, I was just like, okay, yeah, that was me. And then listening to the rest of the book, it makes perfect sense why I never went anywhere, because that's all I was. The second kind of person in network marketing he calls amateurs. This is a step up from posers. The amateurs focus more on luck, signing that one person that's going to totally change their team, like just going to take off and run with it and totally change their lives. They worry about timing. Did I get in early enough that I'm going to be on the, the wave of momentum as this company starts progressing? They worry about their positioning, like, am I in the right team? Would I be more successful if I had a different upline or if I worked with someone different? And then the biggest thing that they focus on is shortcuts. Any gimmick that they hear about, any rumor of some kind of get rich quick, this is how you do it, the easy way kind of thing, all over it. Okay. And then he talks about the third kind of person, and this is the professional. What is a professional to you guys? When you hear that word, that person's a professional, what does that mean?
They know what they're talking about inside and out. They've experienced it. They've worked with it. They've fallen down. They've gotten back up. They've changed it. They made it better. They know what they're talking about.
Very good. Any other contributions? Okay. Wikipedia essentially says that a professional is someone who exchanges a service or product for a fee. Eric defines it a little bit differently that we'll get to a little bit later. Going back to posers, he says 80% of people that first sign up as a network with a network marketing company approach it with a poser's attitude. They come up with a mental list of 3, 4, 5 people that they think would join the business, and they base their entire future on that small group of people signing up. What do you think the outcome generally is?
0.
Yeah, 1 might, 2 maybe, and that extends their luck for a little bit, but then it runs out. It's not necessarily a bad thing to start that way, but what you need to do is get out of that stage as fast as possible, and to make sure that your team does the same thing. Progress to the amateurs, moving up through the ranks kind of thing. And this is experience-based, skill-based. The amateurs are a little bit better than posers. They start with a list. They write down a list. It Works has the hundreds list. I don't know if you guys have done that yet. If you haven't,
I am.
you're grounded.
Look, I actually have 2 of them.
Excellent. Okay, so the amateurs, awesome. They make a list. They write down, 100 people, everyone that they can think of, and then they start running through that list. Don't necessarily have a lot of skill, and as their list starts running shorter and shorter, they start kind of freaking out a little bit, like, I'm going to run out of people before I get to where I want to be. So the next step there is to move up into the professional ranks. Professionals approach finding people as part of their job. Professionals make it a goal to add 2 people to their list every single day. That is a skill that is required, must be learned. People like Kelly that are really extroverted, that just comes naturally. Talking to people is easy, it's second nature. For us more introverted people, that can be a lot more difficult. But practicing and developing that skill, and you'll get better at it. There's this, yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm taking forever. It goes so much better in my head. Okay, so he talks about 4 steps.
You're summarizing.
Okay, so he outlines 4 steps for finding new people. Okay, so I want you to write these down. And if you want more detail, talk to me because I will teach you everything I know. Better yet, get Eric's book and just read it because he teaches it way better than I ever will. At least for the time being.
What's this one? What's the name?
Eric Worre. It's Worre. The book is called Go Pro: 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional.
Yeah, I think there's. I'm gonna go back and go back. Really important.
Is it Eric with a K or a C?
See.
If you need help getting the book, tell us. We'll get you one.
Looks like this. Here's the book.
Right.
A few people watching.
You like to see this? It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so step 1, the list. This is very professional. The list. And this is directly related to your hundreds list. So if you haven't done it, you will do it. And if you've already done it, I want you to go back and use these steps. You don't have to redo it, but I want you to re-go through your list. Okay? So making your list, you want it to be as comprehensive as possible. Think of every single person you know. You can go through Facebook friends, go through your phone book. If you're like me and never delete contacts, I have people in my phone book that I haven't talked to in like 12 years, but I knew them my senior year of high school. They're just in my phone. I never deleted. Put them on your list. If they're negative, put them on your list. If you hate them, put them on your list. If they said they will never be involved in network marketing, put them on your list. If they're your best friend, put them on your list. If they're your family, put them on your list. Okay, see where I'm going with this. Okay, if they're 18, put them on your list. If they're 100, put them on your list. It doesn't matter who is on your list. What matters is that you are emptying your mind of all the people that you know. That will make room for new names. This is more about the process of thinking of people, thinking about who you know, than necessarily who it is that you're writing on the list. Eric also says you don't have to talk to everyone on your list, but you have to do the work. Put them on the list. Just do it. It's about the mental exercise. Is what we're going for here. So step 2. Have you guys ever heard of the 6 degrees of separation? It's kind of like this theory that within 6 people you can connect with any person in the entire world. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds pretty plausible. There used to be this game. I just called it the Kevin Bacon game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? So it's like this. It's the game with actors in movies. Someone names any movie that they want, and the goal of whoever they're challenging is to, within 6 steps, connect that actor in that movie to a movie with Kevin Bacon. And I worked with this guy that could do it. We never stumped him, ever. I don't know how people know. It's like they just have a photographic memory and just read the cast list and just remember it. I don't know. It was amazing. But anyway, that's the concept. So as you're making your list, write down all the people that you know.
Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go.
The next step is to think about who do those people know. Okay? So are you guys involved in LinkedIn at all? Okay, they have like the connection levels, like your level 1 connection. Level 2 is, level 1 is someone you know directly. Level 2 is like a friend of a friend. Level 3 is a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing. This is the exact same exercise. Moving on to step 3, continually add to this list. Okay, so think of everyone you know, and try to think of everyone that you know that those people know. And the next step is to keep adding to that list. Okay, you never stop. It says that professionals have called this I just mind blanked. An active candidate list. Okay, always adding people to the list. So I mentioned before that pros make it a goal, professionals make it a goal to add 2 people to their list every day. Don't necessarily have to talk to them about It Works or about the products or about this opportunity. But what you're going to do is you're going to put them on your list, and you're going to find a creative way to stay in touch with them. Okay, Eric said one of the best pieces of advice one of his friends ever got. Said when he turned 18, his dad sat him down. He said, for the rest of your life, every person that you meet, get their contact information and find a creative way to stay in touch. Well, that's like the epitome of networking, right? He said that guy's done that. He's like 60 years old now. He says he's got 12,000 friends. These are not Facebook friends. These are people that he knows personally. I mean, how cool is that,
memory.
right?
Be like, oh yeah, Johnny J down the road, and
how's your family doing? How's your boy in
Yeah.
preschool? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of relationship that he's built with these people, simply because of the advice that his dad gave him. So we want to kind of replicate that. Okay, so everyone that you talk to. Step number 4 is to network on purpose. This is the mindset that professionals have. Okay. Got to get out there. I mean, purpose means with intent. My job situation, I work with my uncle in his basement. He turned his basement into our office. So I drive from my house to my uncle's house and sit in the basement all day, and then I drive home. That's my social life outside of the gym. Okay, which actually doesn't happen very often anymore since Oliver was born. It's hard to get up at 5 on like 3 hours of sleep.
I did join. I remember I joined. So I'm back there.
Good. I'm fine. That's great.
Fitness? Yeah, it's nice.
So if your schedule, like your social life is like mine, where you talk to 4 people and 2 of those are under the age of 7, you got to work on getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. Okay. So here's what I did. I'm in charge of the shipping. I could schedule FedEx to pick up all the orders, but instead I take them to the office. It's inconvenient sometimes, but I know all the people at the FedEx office on Barnes. I don't necessarily know their names, but I can walk in and there is mutual recognition there. Getting out of my comfort zone. Typical places to shop. If you go to the Walmart down here, go to Walmart on Woodman. If you go to this Target here, go that one. If you go to the Planet Fitness here, go to the one on Academy in Awesome Bluffs. I mean, with intent, you have to go outside of your normal routine to meet people. Yes.
You know, maybe you're really busy. Maybe you're really busy. That just means that you have more people that you can be friends with.
Okay. So yes, we want to go outside of like our typical routines to meet new people, but what about all the people that you see in your regular routine? I mean, if you go to Walmart the same day, same time, guaranteed you're going to see the same cashiers there almost every single time, right? And if it's your 1 month or 1 time a month or second time a month shopping, you're standing there while they're checking your food out for like 2-3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes maybe. I mean, you could watch them in awkward silence, or you should talk to them. You know?
How many times have you been the cashier on the other side, just like,
Yeah.
you have no idea how many conversations I tried to start with people,
And
and they stand
shut
there
down.
just like
Yeah.
awkward,
Beef
like
magnets.
they don't even know what to say to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, we're probably guilty on both ends. I've never been
Yeah.
a cashier, but other day I went to Target, took the Blitz cards with me into Target with the intent of talking to the cashier. Went through the line, didn't say a word.
Scared.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yes,
You got it.
it.
I get scared.
I mean, that was my only intent in going there. I was like, I'm going to talk to someone today. This is going to be awesome. Total fail.
But you,
Oh.
you did have intention, though.
I did.
And you
I left a
had
Blitz card on the
first
car
step.
next to me because I saw the person when they pulled up.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
Yes, you.
I mean, so it wasn't like a total failure. It was like just like 95% failure.
You still left the
Okay.
start.
But it's practice. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand. I know where I came from. In high school, I didn't talk to anyone. I was one of those kids that sat at the nerd table. We programmed our calculators to play games. I mean, that was me. Okay, outside of my like 5 people, I didn't talk to anyone. Cool story about how that changed. I'll share some other time. So, totally lost my train of thought now. I hate when that happens. So if you need to join the gym to start new habits, pick up a new hobby, start volunteering someplace, find a place where people that share your interests meet. If you guys have heard of Meetup, it's an app. You say, hey, I'm interested in cycling and rock climbing and painting and music, and it will bring up groups that have been started by local people with those same interests. And they schedule meetings, and you can say, oh, I like this photography group, and you'll get a notification on your phone, hey, this group is meeting at 9 p.m. this Friday.
Meetup.com. It's a free account.
Yeah. I mean, that's easy. It tells you where to go and who you're going to talk to. Here's the other thing. So I talked about people you see all the time. What about drive-thrus? I mean, we go to this McDonald's here.
Did it.
Awesome. This McDonald's down here. We see the same people every single time we go there.
The Arby's at Stetson Hills. Young, beautiful chick. I'm like, handed her my card and my Blitz card and was like, here. And she's like, what is this? Never heard of it before, never seen it before. Just like, I need this in my life. I friended her. Everything, which I'm on Facebook. I love it. She was shocked too. What is this? I need this. Oh
That's
my
awesome.
gosh! Like you're like an angel sent from heaven. I was just thinking about how I wanted my little pooch on my tummy, like God, and I'm like, you little pooch, you're like 18 and beautiful. But really though, I'm like, yep, girl, you want longer hair? Just hit me up. Yep, love it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
At the Denny's that we go to all the time, the one, where am I at? Okay, the one on the west side. I had to think of where I'm, like, my house. Anyway, so the Denny's there. Went in, late night burger run. Best burgers ever because Burger King totally failed that night. And I was talking to Alex there, and he works 3 jobs, and he absolutely loved every single one of his jobs. Told him about it, works. Been wanting to go back to Denny's. We've been back a couple times, but I haven't ran into Alex. Ran into him, here we go, yesterday. So we didn't have the kids. Late night Denny's run, and he's there working. And I'm like, Alex, I actually have my cards with me tonight. Here, you need one of these. And he was like, actually, my friend's looking for a job. I'll tell him to hit you up. And I was like, oh, something for you. But I'll talk to your friend too. Because then you'll talk to
Hey,
me
that's
later.
great.
It's not necessarily about
Yeah.
who you know and meet. It's about who they know.
Yep.
Like Joe. Joe knows a guy.
Dude.
Joe knows
Joe.
everybody in town.
Yep.
Joe, you need to be here. What are you doing? You better be watching.
Joseph Fisher.
So I had an interesting thought about Joe, because when you meet him and you realize like he really does know everyone, you're like, holy crap, that guy's freaking rock this business.
He knows.
No,
He knows
I
everyone.
really
Okay,
does.
I was thinking about that. Why is he so good at that? Like, why do you think that he's going to be successful? Because he knows so many people. What if every single one of those persons says no?
Then he has
I mean, it's not likely, but it
But
could
he
happen.
has the ability because he's easy. It's easy for him to talk to people. So you're like, okay, so everybody says no, but Joe knows how to talk to people.
Exactly.
He's gonna continue to talk to people.
And that's what I realized, that I'm not
He's doing a good job.
for that purpose. Exactly.
Joe, do you
So-
hear that?
Don't work
I hope you're
at
watching.
home.
Maybe you see this later.
Um,
Okay, but I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I wish I could be like Joe and just know everyone, right? I was thinking about why am I jealous? I'm not jealous that Joe knows everyone, but what I'm jealous of, because I'm much more introverted than he is that he knows how to talk to people, how to meet people, how to network with people. And that's something that I have worked a very long time and very hard at to get to where I am right now. And I want to be, more like Kelly, where I can just, oh yeah, hey, random person in the drive-thru, let's talk for 10 minutes, like that's not really me.
That's really You've never had a job that has pushed that level. Like, I've always worked in customer service, but I'm the cashier that's like, hey, how's the weather outside? I've been stuck inside all day. How's your shoes doing? Like, talk about the most random things I can think of.
How long have you had that pair of shoes?
Like, I love your bag. That's amazing. I go to do it with It Works, and it's like, it's a whole nother level, but it's the same thing, because I'm not in a box. I'm not in a cash register where they're trying to talk to me on purpose. So I love that you go out with FedEx.
Yeah.
And to go out and stretch.
And that's actually exactly what I wanted to talk about next.
Let's take a picture because
Okay.
people are gonna have to.
So-
I'm gonna interrupt you.
One thing that I did to help work on my skill of talking to people is I had like 3 questions. You know, people love to talk about themselves. You ask them, you know, how your day is going is not necessarily like
Sorry.
a conversation starter, but asking about, you know, their shoes or their bag or something. They're going to tell you about their bag. Oh, my friend told me about this, blah, blah, blah. If you have a couple of questions like that are real conversation starters, you don't have to think about what to say. You just ask them a question. They're going to start talking, and then just talk. You don't necessarily
Sorry, people have to go. So. Okay, dude, stand up. Let's love each other.
We're like, what?
Hey, if you're watching, you can be in our picture too. It's really cute.
No, I'm all.
No, come over here.
No, I'm all.
You can block me. It's fine. No, seriously.
Honey, you're not in it. You gotta come like all the way
Cut
over.
me out.
I hope that wasn't blurry.
I think you cut her out.
I didn't.
Dude, I was
I'm good with half. I'm good. Sorry.
I'm always like sideways in all these pictures.
That's that whole week. You lose gravity or something, or like gravity pushes down on
No,
your
it's
chest.
like the whole.
It's like,
I call it the cheerleader poses.
Right.
You're like,
That's me.
That's
That's what I do every picture.
I wasn't always like this. I used to be a cheerleader.
Oh, sweet.
And you're literally like, yeah.
you know, what you were just talking about is, what's funny is I was just at King Soopers shopping, and I posted on Facebook where I was thinking about my diet and stuff, and this chick walks up thinking about her diet, looking at donuts and cinnamon rolls and stuff, and she starts talking about Weight Watchers. Like, we just were randomly talking about something not like, hey, I work for It Works. Nothing like, it was just diets and this and that. She's like, man, I'm on Weight Watchers and I hate sticking to the diet and this and that. And it was like the light shining down on her. And I'm like, oh, for me to start to incorporate, oh, well, I work for It Works and fat fighters and this and that, So it happens so randomly, and it doesn't even matter what you really start talking to people about.
Yeah.
You can end up getting to talking about It Works some way. It will come up.
And here's the thing, even if a big mistake that people make, the posers, when they get started, they don't have the skills, they haven't developed the skills to be really effective at talking to people yet, is they're like, oh, I met someone new, and I work for It Works, and you need to join my business and try all these products because they're amazing. And that person's like,
That's so annoying.
peace out, like, not interested.
Oh my gosh.
Walls are up,
That's not what we do.
No. It Works talks about friendships. I mean, that's the first thing listed on the box, friendships. Networking is about building relationships. Going back to that piece of advice, when you meet people, put them on your list, build a relationship with them. And then when the time is right, help them understand the opportunity you have. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? I saw Carrie at the gym every day. She was at the front desk because I went at the same time. Talked to her once in a while, whatever. One day I saw her, she was sick. I was like, oh, well, I have this thing called greens. And then she was like drinking like 100 Pepsis a day. And I was like, you know what? If you need energy, I got these 2 things that would help a lot better than what you're doing right now. And so I brought her a sample, and she's like, look up, these are amazing. And then, everyone's here. Kind of thing.
Way to go, Carrie.
And now you all can
Just because when you meet new people, you don't have to pitch them right away. And in fact, oftentimes it's better that you don't. Sometimes it leads straight into the conversation.
That was amazing. I was like,
And that's awesome.
Well, by the way,
Yeah. But most of the
One of those
time,
divine
when you're
moments.
driving through the drive-through at McDonald's, you're not going to strike up a conversation about It Works with the person. But when you see them consistently, you can build a relationship with them. Put them on your list, find a creative way to stay in touch with them, and when the time is right, then you present the opportunity to them. Something that we miss a lot is it's about, networking is not about giving your pitch and getting people to sign up for the business. It is about building relationships. People will fall in love with you before they fall in love with the business or the product. Okay? If you focus on building relationships with people, one, it's not as scary because you're not like, oh, I got to pitch this product to them. Make new friends. I mean, that's what networking is. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yay!
Sweet. Well, we can talk about Ruby. Everyone.
My turn.
I know you have to go. We'll continue this without you. So we love you all.
We'll switch over to live and we'll see.
Yeah, that's just about it.
Right?
The basic way to be successful in this business is to go Ruby. You know how to do a Ruby? Here, I'm gonna hug you guys. But I get to keep talking.
Yeah, sorry, you can be here.
No, I gotta get going too. Oh, no. Bottle over here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, thanks for all your stuff.
So one thing I really wanted to show you guys.
Bye.
We got moving in here. Just not that one. I made them today, and they're freaking amazing. There. Just put a picture.
Yes, Aurora did that with hers.
That's great.
That way they remember you. It's my same picture that's on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. It's awesome idea.
My book's like words all day.
You know what?
Hard not to.
100 of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a YouTube video about going Ruby the easy way. Y'all can watch it here in a little bit. But we're gonna end because we're going over because I like to talk too much. But I love you all. Thanks for being on tonight, and I hope that I hope y'all got something out of it tonight. And please go ahead and post anything you want, your takeaways, what you learned, so that we can learn from you too. Okay, love you all.